Hey, that was some perfect timing. The music literally faded out as I did this. This was good. I'm super impressed with myself. I got some. Anyways, hi everybody. We're live. How's it going?
Hello.
All right. So we are on episode 12 of our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. Just to quickly recap before actual recap happens. We left off at the bandit camp after just rescuing Leosin. So that was a thing. I want to do just a quick announcement, and I don't have all the details yet, but I have promised you guys details a couple weeks back about a little fundraiser that I am trying to help with a special needs family. The family does happen to be my sisters, and they are trying to raise about $9,000 for an assessment to be done on 3 of her children. So, again, I do not have all of the details, but basically this is kind of like we're trying to just kind of do like a dry run to see how well it will work. And if my sister, who is also doing other fundraisers outside of just what I'm trying to do as well, if she raises over what she needs for the assessments, is going to actually be sponsoring another family, and we're trying to hopefully continue the trend and actually start raising money for other families in need for these specific assessments. I still don't have all the details as to what it is that is wrong with my nephew, but just wanted to let you guys all know that on July 30th, I will be doing, best way to explain it is a subathon, where basically I will start one second here, where I will start a 6-hour stream. And basically, for every dollar that we raise, I will raise the amount of time I stream up to a maximum of 24 hours. So that will be on July 30th. I don't know what I'll be doing on stream yet, but on the Unlucky Rollers podcast, July 30th, you can expect to see me at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern, and I will be doing as close to a 24-hour stream as I can physically do, depending on participation, I guess, as the easiest way to explain this. I will be getting more information as to what the actual assessments are for and all of that in the coming days, and we'll give you guys more of an update as we get more information. So, that is the only announcement we're going to do tonight. We do still have our Extra Life fundraiser going on as well. That will be all year round. That is on November 12th, which is an actual 24-hour stream. But yeah, we are going to... Thanks for pointing that one out, Darren. Before we head on into the recap with... Oh, one sec. I have to fix some cameras. Apparently, Keith is Volzana today. Thank you very much for the 10-month resub, Yuri. Thank you. Much appreciated. But Keith is going to take us through our recap now.
Oh, boy. So, last we left off, we were discussing what our plans would be shortly after trying to clean up a little bit of a mess, which did not go well. But then, we started walking along, kind of walked along the cliff until we got to the camp where Cade used a cryptogram to, I guess, taunt the half-dragons, where they took half of the camp with them to go and find Ensign. So half the camp was gone. We see the guy that we're supposed to be saving, Leosin. Leosin?
Yep.
Yeah, so we see him. He's all tied up. He's bloody. He's unconscious. He's alive. So Volzana and Cade go down. They get him off and the pike thing that he was strung up on. While the rest of us are essentially playing distraction. The two marshals trying to get up close and personal. We only really get to see one guy because the rest were picked off before we even had a chance to get up there. Ensign proceeded to call someone a bitch down below. So presumably there's just a few people coming after us. And as Valsana in her spider form was climbing back up the cliff, Cade, I believe, took a magic missile for Valsana. And that is essentially where we kind of left off, like trying to put some distance between us and the camp.
Yes, exactly. Something else I wanted to do here, and it's apparently not going to happen because there is no audio. So never mind.
What?
One sec. I had the podcast intro finalized finally and was going to play it just after you did the recap, but what I'm listening to is just music. So, yeah, I don't think that's working today.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyways, hi everybody. All right, so you guys had just left off basically just out of combat where we had ended it, and you have freed Leosin, who is currently sitting unconscious on the back of a spider. I also have it that you guys are slightly separated currently. I believe Valzana and Kadrine are more south on the map, while Kaith, Ensign, Vesperia, and Elandris are running for their lives as people seem to be climbing up a rope ladder to get them after they had taken down some of the guards in the guard tower, thanks to, I believe it was Darren's 12 stealth roll.
You'd probably be correct.
So
Ooh. Your mic sounds a heck of a lot better than it did last week, by the way.
It
Just
sounds very
saying.
good. But I think when it came to that stealth roll, I think everyone kind of failed it, but me and Darren, as per usual.
Why am I in Tyranny of Dragons? I'm not supposed to be here. Dragon!
As per usual, the two marshals wearing heavy armor roll somewhat good on stealth.
My stealth's not that bad, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but we're both wearing heavy armor. Neither of us.
I still don't roll at disadvantage, though.
Well, you know,
I have a +2.
Yeah, you know, I'm rolling disadvantage. You and I roll the same.
Yeah, we're shit.
We're garbage and stuff.
I'm a hot pile of garbage.
Look, we're about to be loud, up front, and dying. Not quiet. That's what the warlock's for.
Yeah, it sounds about right. All right.
So, with that, we'll start at the back of the group. So, Ensign, Kaith, Vesperia, and, Elandris. What are you four doing?
Running.
Can I make it the best decision that we just fucking get out of here? Like,
Making
run?
our way downtown, dashing.
For once, that's rather brilliant. Let's go.
You're using
Sometimes
your
I
head.
have good ideas.
Sometimes.
You don't want to turn around and fight?
For once, no.
For once the land is outside of you, I know my limitations now. I'm just gonna start huffing.
Limitations as he starts running alongside with you guys.
Oh, do we need to count all the ones you missed over the last few hours?
Okay, I know I've died like several times already. Just leave it alone.
You guys slowly make your way along the cliffside there. These guys are now up here. The guard drake is not, because it cannot climb a rope ladder because of not having opposable thumbs.
Sucks to suck.
If only they were the Drake Warden Drakes, you know, they would have wings. Such a shame.
Hey, Asylum. You wanna say that again? Because I can make it happen. I am the DM.
Speaking of,
Speaking of, oh, by the way, all of a sudden you guys get bombarded by like 20 Drake Warden Drakes.
Drakes just sprout wings and they start flying up the cliff.
Yeah, but best you can see that the guard drakes are trying to pace alongside you along at the bottom of the cliff.
Let's pick
Valzana
up the
and
pace a bit.
Cade, what are you doing? And Cade and Valzana, what are you guys doing?
first a question. This like conglomeration of what looks like fungal splatters on the map, are those actually in fact like trees or just fun coloration?
I would say that that's more like higher grass that's sticking out of the snow.
Grass that's not dead.
Okay, living grass. I would be running in the direction of living grass.
You're running over towards the southeast?
Yep. Cade is not familiar with the area. She doesn't know if she's gonna run right into the maw of a bear, a dragon, a band of orcs. I mean, she's invisible, but the spider needs to run.
But you can fly!
What is your...
I didn't say that she was walking.
Exactly.
What is your height, Kadrine?
My
Okay,
height.
she's flying.
I'm flying. Like
Oh,
my
you're
height
in the air.
of flight.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were on the ground now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm keeping an aerial view so that I can keep an eye out. But my aerial view is not like super high up. I'm probably like 40 feet off the ground. I don't need to be like excessively high. Plus, I'm hurt. So flying is a bit more painful.
Very fair.
Yeah, anyway, for what it's worth, I do cast message so my invisibility will fall in the direction of, we'll just say Vess. They're all in the same general direction. But Vess hears, we're going to run to the southeast. Try to meet up there.
All right, do you have him?
We do.
I don't think I can respond to that a second time. Can I?
No.
Every time Kadrine says something back to you is technically another message cantrip. So yes, you
Great.
would be able to.
We'll meet you there. We've got quite a few on our tail.
All right.
I'll
And
turn to the
yeah. Okay, we'll just keep flying, and with her shit perception, try and keep an eye out for any that might be following them.
All right. You guys are currently over here, rough, almost off the map. All right, so about 10 minutes goes by. You guys are able to finally catch up with each other. With these four mercenary types still chasing pretty close behind you. They haven't lost any distance or gained any distance, so they're roughly, well, the map says about 150 feet back.
How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
Until they either give up or kill them.
I'm tired.
I'll fall back just enough until they fall into range of chill touch, which is like 120.
It's 120.
Yeah,
No, catering
120.
can do that too, but actually, I think her range is doubled for ranged cantrips because of the Vor Mage trick.
Is the turn order up for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will put Vess at the top of the order here then. So Vess, you are now within range. What I've done is I've moved you to the back of the pack, which puts you in range of
Awesome.
both the two at the front.
Okay.
I guess
Are they
I'll
within
put us
5 feet of each other?
No, but there is one that's just behind them. But I would say that they are there. Yes, there is 2 that are 5 feet with
Cool.
within
I'll
5
target
feet.
those 2. And I'll 17 plus 6 to hit.
Yep. Give me a second here. I'm just adjusting the map for everybody.
Not great, not great. 3 points of damage to those
3 points of
2.
damage to the both.
Mhm.
All right, and it only hits 2, right?
Yeah, just the 2.
All right, 1 second here. Okay, 92. It hits the guy on the right instead of the guy on the left. Okay, 3 points.
And I'll keep running, but like trying to maintain like as best I can that distance, so I'm keeping up with everybody, not getting closer to melee, but like can still fire off spells.
Okay.
I guess seeing what Vess is doing. Actually, I don't know if Catering would see what Vess is doing, but Catering has her own thoughts. So she will also take a brief pause mid-flight, say approximately, I don't know, 6 seconds, or however long it takes to cast a cantrip. Probably not actually 6 seconds, since an entire
Entire round of combat is 6.
is
Yeah.
6.
So
Anyway,
you're
the
roughly
point
about
is-
a second-ish.
Yeah, so I take a second to cast Chill Touch at, I don't know, whatever one's in front. I don't have fancy Chill Touch where it doubles itself, so.
So
It's
they
just
are
one.
still, like, they are quite a ways away from you. Are you able to hit
Oh, I
them?
thought you
Yeah.
had all said we've already met up.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right, cool.
me
Oh,
just-
I just threw my dice so far.
Wow, I can't even remember what I just said 5 seconds ago today. Alrighty, that's great.
Okay, now I need to roll this. 18 plus numbers. Plus 6, I'm sure that hits.
Yes.
That is max damage, which is, for me, I think that's plus 4, 12 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
As this skeletal 6-fingered hand just like completely comes at this dude's face.
And that only hits 1, right?
Yep, it
And that
only
was
hits
on
one.
the same guy as Vess had targeted, you said?
Whichever guy was in front, I assume that might have been one that she targeted, but I don't know, because like I said, Cade has quite
That's
the
fair.
shit perception.
No worries. Alright, so as you are all, like, running to the southeast and these guards are on your tail, a couple of them, as they are getting hit with these chill touches, they seem to be slowing down a little bit. So a couple of them kind of drop back in the order. But 2 are still kind of ahead of them.
That's
So, the guard drakes are over here. This guard drake has been trying to effectively climb this small little rock slide, and let's see how successful he is. Not very successful at all. So
He's
I guess we'll just
trying
start
his
going down
best.
this turn order a little bit. So Vess, what do you want to do next?
Same thing, still running, and then cast Chill Touch over my shoulder at the 2 that are sticking around.
Okay. So basically, essentially what we have done is we have entered a chase scene. So I guess I should roll initiative for all of these guys to put them in the actual initiative instead of Just rolling as we go.
14.
Uh,
To hit?
14 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Keep running.
Keep on running, keep on running, keep on running.
Give me a second here. I'm just rolling some initiatives for these guys.
There you go.
So the next person up is Gardrake that's still stuck in the web. I would assume that would have dropped by now, so he is also going to come over here and try and climb that rock. Ensign is not here.
He messaged the Discord, said movement and dash.
Okay, all right. So I will put him over
Oh,
here
that
somewhere.
run.
Oh, he's bad.
One more. All right, so you did some movement and dash. Then we will go to Case.
How far away are these motherfuckers?
To you, they are about 130 feet.
Ah,
For
they're
the
so
first
far
one,
away.
150 for the other two, and then about 185 for the last guy in the back.
I mean, I guess they're so far away, and I'm out of spell slots, so I can't just run up to them like, hey, hi.
So-
hi.
This is a chase scene. So
Yeah,
basically,
so
you can
dash.
kind of take your idea, take anything you want to do kind of idea. I mean, if you can't do a spell, if there's any, like, idea you want to try and do to slow their travel or anything like that, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. That would be roughly something that you can do in 6 seconds.
Okay, what's the environment around us looking like? Or like anything I can shove in like in the way?
Yeah,
Kinda slow them
exactly.
down? I'll do that.
And then what I'll do is I'll have you probably roll some form of a check to determine how effective it is, depending on what you decide.
I'll see if there's any like decently sized rocks, and then kind of just move them into the path.
All right, so give me an investigation check then.
Oh boy, investigation. 16 minus 1 is 15.
You find a couple of rocks and are able to roll them into place, but they're only like maybe 8 to 9 inches off the ground. I mean, they could
that's
probably
all you
easily.
need.
Yeah, they could probably easily run around them, depending on.
I've tripped on things shorter than that. It's kind of embarrassing.
That is very true.
It's like, you don't need much to trip. You just need just have something just slightly off from what you're used to been running on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Valzana, with Leosin on your back, what are you doing?
It would be funny if he was actually on Balsana's back. He's not. He's like in the little freaking mandibles in the front. But
Fair.
Upsetting. Deeply upsetting.
the only thing I can possibly honestly think of is trying to slightly lag a little behind and try and web up the path that's after us, like I did before.
All right, say that again.
Remember how the Drake got stuck in the webbing in the first place? That webbing layer?
Yep.
Try and do that again at the back of the pack. To try and hopefully they don't see it or get stuck.
So you want to kind of basically... Okay, so give me an intelligence check.
As a spider?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
If you're 14, yeah, you're intelligent enough to not catch vests in your web, and you're able to lay it just on the cover of the snow of the ground, just in front, just behind the rocks that Keith had moved into the path.
Okay.
So if they were to run into it and not see it, yes, they would potentially get caught by it. So this guy is at the back of the pack. He's gonna, so what we're gonna do is also movement is just 3 spaces. So I know that you guys are at the edge of the map anyway, so it doesn't matter, but just pretend that you're not on the map currently anymore. As a Volzana and Kadring, you would be off the map. This guy is gonna 1, 2, 3 spaces forwards. He is like heading headlong in. He sees the rocks and he's like, ha! He's like getting ready to hurl over them. Alandris. He is going to... gonna take a full stop in his run. And he is going to use his necrotic shroud. So he's gonna turn and look at these veterans, and as he turns, his face goes ghostly white and looks very skeletal. Wings that have necrotic looking wings sprout out from his back as he's trying to fear these guys to say, fuck off, let us go. And I will get them on their turns to roll a not a deception, a insight check to see if they actually are affected by this. Kadring, what would you like to do?
Are there any particularly large drifts of snow currently, or just a pile of snow that looks a little bit higher than the others that is nearby our pursuers?
Nearby the pursuers. All right, I'll get you to roll me an investigation check as well then. Actually, make it a make investigation or perception. I'll let you have the choice.
It's definitely investigation, because as we've established, my perception is shit. But also, my investigation actually might be a little bit better than that. Oh, it is. It's a 16.
Yes, there is a couple of there's a relatively high snowdrift about 15 feet away from the guy over here, if you can see my ping.
Yes. Okay, so basically my objective is I bonus action cast finger guns. I want to fire a force bullet into the drift of snow with the thought that if the snow is drifty, that probably means it's powdery. Therefore, a force bullet should create some sort of like cloud of snow effect.
Yes. Okay.
Over the oncoming people that might make it harder for them to see. It won't functionally maybe make them slower. But
So what is the range on finger guns?
maybe not far enough, even if I move up. 3 square.
Just give me the range.
It's
That's
only
fine.
60 feet.
It's only
that
60?
far.
Okay, so you rolled a 15 on your investigation, you said yes?
16, yes.
16. Okay, go ahead and just roll your finger guns as an attack roll. I just want to see how effective it is at that range. I'm not going to make you do it at disadvantage, so.
Okay.
Because you passed the
find out.
investigation, you passed the chase DC, so.
I mean, it's a 15, so
Yeah, so I mean, so yeah, your force bullet goes straight and true. It smashes into the snowdrift, and a kind of poof, like the snow kind of blasts up in the air. Roll your damage for me.
Oh, my damage to the snow. Oh no, there's obviously a snow monster in the snowdrift. Fuck.
No.
Damage for is a D8. Okay. 10.
Okay, yeah, so this guy, as your force bullet hits him, and the snow kind of blows up, it kind of hits him and knocks him prone.
Oh. Nice. Kate used all of her movement to move backwards, so that's what she does for her turn.
Okay. This guard Drake is trying to climb the slight cave in on the rock wall there, and he gets about halfway up the hill. Vess, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move. Well, before I move, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the guy closest to me. He makes me a Wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Nat 20 without modifier.
Rude. I run away. Over here.
No worries.
And as I run past Elandris, same. Just look at his face. Same.
Fair enough. All right, guard Drake here is gonna try and climb up the half caved in thing, and he also gets about halfway up. Veteran at the back here is going to make an insight check against Elandris' spell save DC to see if he cowers in fear and runs away. Insight is wisdom. Yeah, no, he turns tail when he sees the sight of this skeletal-looking Elandris with wings and runs the other way. 1, 2, 3. The next veteran is also going to make that roll. He is resolved in it as he rolls an 18. The DC was 16, so he is going to make his way up 1, 2, 3 spaces. Ensign, what are you doing?
Why does this feel like episode 10? Movement, action, dash. That's my turn.
Well, we're in a chase scene. Is there nothing that you can think of that you can do to like help them slow down? Or... Okay, all right.
At least you're not doing it because, I don't know, some unnamed party member went off on their own, because no one would do that. That's so stupid and dumb.
Right, nobody.
Nobody would do that. It's ridiculous.
Keith, what are you doing?
Well, seeing as how I've already moved some rocks and everything, and there's webs there put by Valsana as a spider. You know what? I think I'll try to put some more distance between me and them. Because it's probably not a good idea for me to hang back. Like, yeah, I can take on these guys. That's probably not a good idea. So, yeah. I will
just move 3 more
dash.
Spaces.
Yeah, I would dash.
Or 6 more spaces in this case.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think somewhere right around here.
Yeah. Okay.
Or is it like one back? I kind of got to scroll down.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Valsana, you are up.
Just legging it. Spider style.
Making our way downtown, running fast.
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, I'm assuming you're just trying to get Leosin as far away from these guys as you can, kind of thing.
Just that dashing and running. Just
all right.
All them legs.
Okay, so this next veteran at the back of the pack is not scared of him, so he's gonna 1, 2, 3, and then the
But
next veteran.
Prone.
Oh wait.
How can he 1, 2, 3?
Oh, he can only move 1 then, because 15 feet.
But he
Right, thank
dash.
you. This next one rolls a 13, and he was almost at the web, but he's gonna 1, 2, 3 back because of the fearful presence of Elandris.
No, our trap is not going to go off.
Elandris
is too effective.
Elandris drops his shroud. But before he does that, is gonna try and sling some Eldritch blasts at them. Yeah, that'll hit. The second one, yep, that'll hit. So he's gonna sling them at him. Elandris gets 2d10 on that. So that'll be 12.
Did he hit an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, he totally did.
Two.
He hit both of them. He barely hit the first one. Kadrine, what are you doing?
A hit's a hit.
A hit is a hit.
Well, no one is within range of my finger guns, so guess
You
we'll just
can-
forget about that for now.
You can do environmental stuff again. You can talk with another member to come up with a plan. Tasting anything to your imagination, and we'll figure out whether it works or not. Have fun with it.
No, I might just try to fire another force bullet into a drift of snow. That's about as
I mean, it seemed pretty
much as I
effective
can
the
do.
first time.
Okay, so with your distance and how far away you are, I'll let you roll it, but I'm going to raise the DC a little bit.
I mean, I can move forward if I want to. I don't
You
really
could,
care. But I'm not going to. I'll just take the harder DC. And then I'll move further away after that. Okay, let's see what it is this time. It is exactly the same. It's a 16.
So DC, it was raised by 2 for a 17, so you were just shy. So you do try and fire the force bullet. It kind of lands near the guy's feet. He looks down at it, kind of chuckles, and away we go.
Well, he looks down at nothing because it's a force bullet. It doesn't.
Well, he sees
Physical form.
he sees all of a sudden this little hole of snow
An
show up at his
indentation.
foot. Yeah, he hears it go.
Bummer.
Poof. Yeah.
Sad. I shall just flee 30 feet away.
This guard Drake tries to get his way up the cliff and ends up slipping back, maintaining his current location. Vess, what are you doing on this?
I don't really have a lot to do. Who is left running? Which of them are still running towards us?
Two
In
of
other
them.
words, weren't affected by which
This
ones?
guy right here, and this guy right here. So the two at the front of the pack, basically.
Okay.
I'm actually just going to remove these guys from the turn order because they've been essentially
They're
feared
just
for a
running
minute.
away. Okay. My short bow is probably out of range. Yeah, by a lot. I'm just gonna run and dash at this point.
Okay.
Gets me, I think, about here. That's it.
Guard Drake is going to try and make his way up the hill. He rolled a 2. He actually fell back down to the ground. Because that's a nat 1 plus 1 on his strength check. Wait, no. Anyways, it's a nat 1. It doesn't matter. This veteran up front is going to right into the web. What's the the DC on that?
Well,
And what is the DC check?
oh wait, the DC on the webbing.
Is it a dexterity?
Oh. So the HP of the webbing is 5, but the DC is 12 for a strength check.
Okay. He rolled a 14 without a strength check, so he is he's in the webbing, but he's not restrained by it. All right. Next up, we have Ensign.
My quads are getting real big from running with the really big sword, so movement, action, dash, that's my turn.
Okay.
Like, I got real thick quads at this point, just like huffing. I feel at home at this point, just, chugging away.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
I'm carrying both a glaive, a
90.
great sword.
Darren,
Yes.
add your...
Why am I in this game?
That's a good question.
I don't know how you want to do this, but for the remainder of the campaign, you can add an additional 5 feet to your movement from all this running. You have literally, not even kidding, you were doing so much dashing and running. I will allow you to add 5 extra feet of movement to your character sheet.
Damn.
Muted.
Sorry, I got real thick quads now.
I feel that's fair. For all of this running and not being able to do anything with your
With, like,
character,
2
at least you can run
episodes of
farther
running.
now.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay, Keith, what are you doing?
Keith with a great sword, a glaive, a short sword, and a dagger will also be taking the movement dash action.
All right. Vesperia. Not Vesperia, Valzana.
I just went.
Dude, what can the giant spider carrying somebody do?
Keep running.
Yeah, but say,
You guys are
spiders.
currently you, Valzana, are about 6 spaces off the map currently. So if you want to
Yeah.
run another 3, you can go 9. If you want to dash, you can go 12.
Yep, just 12 it is. 12.
All right.
Wait,
This
can I
better-
free action yell at Velzana real quick?
Yeah. Chasing. We're not. It's a loose combat order.
Great. Wait for me. I'm gonna try and wake our friend and see if he has something who can help us.
In motion?
Wait a minute.
I'm going to mount the spider.
He's currently like wrapped up in a web, like full cocoon style, in the front, in the teeth of this thing. So
I still
Mount the
say
head.
it.
Yeah, Balzana's dumb enough to slow down.
Oh my God, chat. Henson is canon as thick with 2 C's.
Give it time. Give it time. It'll be 3 C's.
All right. That's another emote. I gotta write it down.
Thick Ensign.
An
Every time
emote
you
of
make us
Ensign's
roll
character with the
D100.
word thick underneath it.
This has got them thick quads.
Yes,
Too much. Too much.
Probably because.
Oh my lord.
Your husband cracks me up, Jessa.
Kill aesthetics. I love it.
Out here doing the Lord's work.
I mean, I don't usually let us get sidetracked by chat, but tonight's a little bit of a different night because we're probably only having half session anyway. All right, so this veteran moves his 3 squares up. This veteran, not knowing that he just walked through webs because he saved on his throw, it's going to be Alandris' turn up next. And he's going to summon Nevar, Nerevar, and have his familiar fly straight at the guy that I'm using your spiritual weapon because apparently I don't know where my Raven token went. Flies straight into the guy's face, like poof, right into him, trying to knock him off his balance. Yeah, natural 1. That ain't happening. Adrian, what are you doing?
All right. I did check and I am within range of chill touch. So I'm going to drop finger guns and chill touch the dude in the web who now has a raven on his face.
Yep. Fucking feathers flying everywhere, beak trying to peck at his eyes.
I'm pretty sure that'll miss. It's an 11.
Yes, unfortunately, that will miss.
Oh well, I move 30 feet in the opposite direction.
Gardrake over here trying to climb up the wall after his unsuccessful attempt in falling at the ground. He gets a 17, which is enough to put him back halfway up. Vesperia, what are you doing?
I don't know how far away I am from Valzana, but could I, in a turn, catch up with Valzana and like hang on to the moving giant spider and cast Cure Wounds on Leosin?
So
Cool.
the way I'm gonna do this is Valzana and Ves, you are now out of the chase scene.
Oh, okay.
So you guys will have open ability to role play on your turns. Just don't let it take up minutes until
Yeah.
we're out of this as close as possible. Okay, perfect.
Oh, this is gonna take all night.
Oh, maybe. Gardrake rolls a 10, does not make any ground. The veteran that is in the webs is now going to try and leave the webs. Natural 1. So he is, as he goes to lunge out of the webs, trips on the rock. Boom. As the webs kind of just like restrain his foot just a tiny little bit. And he is now prone on the ground, right in front of this rock.
Leosin gets 11 hit points back.
Ensign.
Reaction. I'm gonna yell, yo, check my quads. I'm gonna pick up speed, movement, action, dash.
You are officially out of the combat chase, as you have pretty much caught up to Volzana and Vest, which are roughly 120 feet off the map, plus whatever you see here.
Bang. Movement, action with the dash is 70 feet, so I'm just like picking up the pace. I'm just starting to gain ground on him and just like catch him. Stop!
You just watch as Ensign, he goes from like trudging through the snow that's about 6 inches off the ground to like, it looks like he's running on top of the snow. It's just gained so much speed.
Oh, where the fuck did you come from?
I don't know, but my legs feel great.
Keith, what are you doing?
Movement dash. Out of spell slots, so I can't mimic what Ensign's doing right now. This is
You don't got them thick quads.
I don't think I can develop those thick ones. I think I need living flesh in order to do that.
See, I know this because I've actually got thick quads.
All right, so Volzana, your cocooned friend has just received 11 hit points back.
Great wake up call to a giant spider.
I'm looking down. I'm not that comforting looking.
You hear
Terrifying.
you hear a weak
Oh.
you hear a weak muffled like as you've apparently fully cocooned him, so he can't breathe.
Oh, fuck. Can you let him go, please?
Since I'm going off of spider intelligence, yeah, great. Yeah, no, let it go. Drop it. Drops him.
All right, you drop him. He
It's-
still can't
stop.
breathe. He's still in the web.
If I see the drop, can I slow down and try and like? If you drop him, he's gonna stop and he's gonna roll.
Yeah.
So if I see the drop, if I'm up with them, I want to immediately slow down and try and just like get him down, open him up, and get him running.
I will classify that as your opportunity attack, so that it flows with a reaction kind of idea.
Okay, so we'll use my reaction. In the process, I'll use a dagger. So I always got a dagger on me. Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think what's the webbing's HP again, Paula? Or partner?
5.
Change your name, please, before I out your actual name on stream again.
It's not my real name anyway. That neither.
Fair enough. What did you say, Darren? What did you get?
I got a 4. I rolled max damage.
You don't get to add any proficiency to that?
No?
No, okay. So how much HP does your webbing have?
Oh no, I do. Never mind. I'm stupid. That's a 6 then.
Partner, how much HP does your webbing have?
5.
And how much damage did you do, Darren?
6. So
Yeah.
I do use my proficiency. I am proficient. I'm just
Perfect. So you are
ridiculous.
able to, with your dagger, expertly slice through the webbing, and Leosin can now officially breathe.
Motherfucker, we gotta go!
He's still very weak. He's like ragged breath, but and he looks very skinny.
I'm gonna next turn, yeah.
Looks pale.
So I have stopped.
I'm gonna put him in the turn order. Just give me a second here while I roll a die. All right, he gets that. All right, this veteran that is behind the webs, seeing his fallen comrade hit the dirt, is going to try and hurdle over the rock, just like the other guy did, to try and help him. He is going to roll his strength save to see if he can not get restrained by the webbing that he just walked into. He got a 17, which is a success. He is able to then hurdle over the rock and tries to help his friend up. However, they are standing right in front of Elandris. So Elandris is going to go up to them, pulling his sword, his hex weapon blade out, and he's going to roll 2 attacks, one against the guy that is prone, because then he gets advantage. So he rolled a 27 on the first. Actually, hold up. No, he is going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse first. That is what he is going to do. Because then he gets a critical on that one, actually. Because 19's are crits for him. +3 2 damage rolls, so he gets 2d6 +10. 19 points of damage on the prone guy on the first hit. And on the second hit, he rolls a nat 20. Oh, wait, no, that guy is definitely dead because crit insurance, so he's dead. So he turns it on the other guy. Rolls 4, +7 is 11, +12 is 23. Okay, perfect. Kadrian, you're up.
Alright, I'll aim a chill touch at the one remaining pursuer. It's a 13. It does not hit.
No, unfortunately it does not.
I will simply move 30 feet in the other direction.
Okay. Gardrick is going to try and get up this hill, and rolls a nat 1, falls back down to the ground again. You can hear this draconic roar as he's getting pissed, because that's the second time he's slid all the way back down to the bottom of the hill. Vess, what are you doing?
Bitch, get thumbs!
I would like to get my shoulders underneath Leosin's arm and assist him with running.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Leosin tries to struggle. What are you doing?
We're here to help you. We're getting
No,
you out.
I did not need to be helped.
Oh, yes, you look like you had it plenty handled, strung
All
up like
under
that.
control.
Free action. You look like you can barely walk, motherfucker. Let's go.
He doesn't resist, and you guys continue to carry him.
That's my turn.
Okay, Gardrake, another natural one. I'm putting the blood curse dice away, Darren. Your dice are cursed. He falls back to the ground as well. Henson, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick this son of a bitch up fireman style and just run with his ass.
Okay, roll me a strength check. No, strength, athletics. I'll get you athletics so you're fireman carrying. It's an athletic maneuver.
Okay. 15 plus 4 for a 19.
That's enough. You are able to expertly, even though he's kind of like trying to resist, you've noticed like how frail his attempts are currently, and you are able to put him up on your shoulders, fireman style.
I said you couldn't even walk. Let's go. I was just,
Keith, what are you doing?
Movement dash. Just gonna keep
I
on
am now
running.
unhindered, so I'm only technically moving a little slower. I'm not encumbered, but I'm running a little slower.
Fair enough. So Keith is pretty much at this point out of the chase scene, as Alandris is staying back to deal with the remaining veteran.
let's leave
Valzana,
him.
you are up.
I was just running alongside everybody, a little confused as to why they opened up the frail that really didn't know he couldn't breathe. No one said anything. Just wondering why did they let why couldn't I just carry him the rest of the way?
Would have opened him up, he would have been dead.
Well, it's not that he couldn't breathe. Sorry, I should retcon that a little bit. He was struggling to breathe, and now that he's awake and he's gasping for air, it was a lot harder for him. Sorry, I should have retconned that. I should have probably explained that a little bit better.
He was on the way
I'm still
down.
I'm still confused, but just following. I really can't. Still in spider form. Very hurt spider. Trying to figure out whether or not wants to go back, but still faster as spider, I think.
All right. So the veteran is up next. He is standing face to face with Alandris, and he is going to roll to hit on Alandris with his multi-attack. The first one's an 8, which does not hit. The second one is an 18, which I believe hits even if I don't check. Yep, nope, that's a hit. So that'll be two-handed attack for a D10. Gonna be 9 points of damage to him. Second attack. So that was the first attack miss. Second attack missed. All right, that is his turn. Alandris is up. He's gonna sink a couple more blades into this guy. An 18, which will hit, and a 19, which will hit. I need more D6s.
I have way too many D6s.
6, 12, 16,
I have dice I don't even use. They're just put
12,
away.
16, 21 plus. Yeah. Okay. This veteran is looking very, very hurt. Gadrine, you are up.
Oh, looking very, very hurt, you say. He's still barely within range of my chill touch. Chill touch one more time. Get rid of him. It's a natural 1. Fuck. Never mind.
Get rid of him.
Damn it.
The
Moves
depth
30
of
feet away.
the
Thanks
depth
to her.
of that was just amazing.
Thanks to herself. I'm sure Alandris has a
Dardrake,
well in hand.
that is at the bottom of the hill, is going to try and climb up again. He gets a 19, puts him about 10 feet from the top of the cliff. Bess, you are up next.
Okay. With it's still very bright out and difficult to see with this on the snow, right? No, it's
It
nighttime now.
is.
Nighttime.
It is nighttime. You do see
Shit.
the light reflecting off the moon over to the other moon. It is slightly, brighter, obviously, than a normal nighttime at this time. But yes, it's not nearly day. It's not daytime anymore. So,
That changes things a little bit.
oh boy.
With my perception, can I see out ahead of us? Is there any place that we could divert our path to not have a clear line of sight to the guard drakes that are climbing up, or I guess I don't know that they're climbing up, but to the valley?
Give me 1 second here. Let me consult my map. So you guys are down here. You guys were making your way southeast for about 3 hours. You see... Yeah, roll me a perception check to see what you see on the horizon.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nice. Yeah, so
25 total.
you guys see that you're about a 15-minute run from the mountains, and you start seeing some trees at the mountain ridge line.
This way, and I take off.
Yeah, and you guys would continue going southeast. Cat?
Just trying to
No.
get us to cover.
Yep.
I hear the kitty.
Yep. She's here. She got up on my leg without clawing it to death this time, thankfully. All right. That was Bess's turn. This guard Drake at the bottom is going to also roll to see if he can get back up the hill. He gets about halfway up. Leosin, who is currently on your shoulders with disadvantage, is going to try and struggle against you. Rolls a 4 as a strength check. And you can just feel him kind of like off balance you tiny bit, but you're like, not today, motherfucker. Ensign, it's your turn.
Movement, full, action, dash.
Okay,
Well, as
your turn.
I've got
Oh.
fireman carrying this dude,
Yeah.
run along, and I see Vets immediately, like, detour, oh fuck, and in momentum, like, do the turn, but you start to, like, see the balance losses, like, almost eat it. They're like, get going and keep running down the thing, like, jumping over stumps and the whole process. Like, I'm going, if I trip, I'll probably hit a roll and just, like, pop back up and keep running with this guy. Like, I don't think, I'm like the juggernaut right now. You can't stop me.
No thoughts, just vibes.
Yeah, no thoughts, just vibe. I'm a force of nature. Out of my fucking way. That's my turn.
Fair enough. All right. Wes, no, Kate, sorry, you're up next.
It's just going to hear the guard drakes screaming every time that they fall off the cliff. You just feel a slight twinge of sadness. Because they're just trying their best. But the rocks are a bitch. And then he will movement dash. Following behind Ensign.
All right, Volzana.
Balzana's gonna kind of see that starting to get a little left behind. She's gonna turn back and get out of the spider form.
Yeah, so at this point, basically, you guys are all making your way. Alandris is nowhere to be found. He is currently fighting whatever is coming your guys' way. He's letting you guys have the escape now. So,
Cool.
if you're
Bye.
out of spider form, what we will do is we will end the chase scene here. And it is just the 5 of you with this Leosin guy who Alandris is also looking for.
As soon as we do get to, I guess you said they're the mountains, like the foothills of the mountains or anywhere that there's extra cover, I start to look for a place that would be safe for us to stop, gather, and wouldn't be found. So not
Yeah.
something that's not like immediately on the path that we
Hold on. So we're gonna stop running.
Yes.
Slow it down.
Yes.
Hold on.
Can you
Hold
guys
on.
hear me? Oh, there we go. My
Hold on.
mic wasn't lighting up.
I'm gonna see if I can slow down properly. Yeah, no.
What did you roll?
4 plus 1.
You
Five
come to a
stopping.
stop, but the snow closer to the mountains, because it's getting colder, it's kind of like an icy patch that you hit, and you just skid, and you kind of like keep going, your body kind of falls back, and Leosin hits the dirt.
No, it keeps going. Like, you hit the run, right? Then you hit the patch of ice, you slide, and then there's just the drift, and you just slide. So there's just a hole at the bottom of a snowdrift, and we're just in it.
Okay, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
That's new.
Maybe the save
All right.
didn't work.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm rather tapped out. It's been an exhausting day. The sun has set. And the only road back to Greenest, we sent, our lovely blue dragon friend. Perhaps a night on the road is necessary?
Oh, yeah, should like kind of, I don't know, if Cage can send another message to like, say that we're not at that, like, haha, you got tricked. Did we ever send that?
I can't. It's not possible for me to send another one of those today.
Okay.
It's sort of like a once a day sort of thing.
Oh,
And
that's nice, no?
and to be perfectly fair, the note did not say where the champion was at all. So
Like pop out from the snow with like holding up Leosin. I'm really fucking tired now.
But imagine so.
I've-
You carried a person already. Yeah.
the main
Not to
concern right now
mention the
is
many almost deaths several of us have had.
But I got thick quads.
my main concern is that our tracks are very easy to follow in the snow. And if we're going to stop just inside this tree line and just set up a camp,
Oh, I was specifically
know.
looking for somewhere that was like more covered.
sitting ducks.
It's
Well, we
not
can
much
look for
snow.
cover. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying that our tracks are going to lead
Yeah,
right
so
to it.
I can turn into
As
a
you
rat
guys
and
are
try
getting-
and cover that up.
as you guys are getting closer to the mountains, the trees are starting to get more plentiful, and you guys are able to find like a grove of trees that you guys could camp in that might keep you guys concealed for the evening.
Cade, would you like to go back with... I volunteer myself, I suppose, to cover some of the tracks.
I can go do it. I have one more change. I can go turn into a rat, cover up the track, and turn to some kind of animal and cover it up, and then come back.
Many hands make light work, I suppose. I'll do what I can from the air. Try to drift snow over the tracks.
And then I can turn into a deer and just start kicking the tracks. Just they matter.
I would likely just leave more, but if you want me to come, I'd be happy to help.
I think I got it.
We'll do the best with what we have. Try not to be seen. At the very least, if we could perhaps... I don't know. Make our tracks disappear somehow before it gets to the tree line.
Agreed.
You might just want to rest. I could go do it on my own. I'm relatively energetic. Most of the pain was just mental.
Oh, you
Alright,
have
so I've got-
those magic bullets though too, right?
Yeah, you
Spider
did get hit
form.
with those force bullets in for a spider form, but
That's what the mental was. Like all of those damages,
Oh,
relatively faded.
got it. I would prefer someone not to go off alone though. That is not a good strategy at all.
How about you all set up a fire, all that kind of stuff? I'll take last watch. I'm just gonna.
I'm not sure fire is the best course of action
I'm out
at the
cold.
moment. I say it with my back fully to you. I know how quickly you can
guys
fall
need
asleep.
warmth. Warmth is kind of needed. So, like, if you're not going to do it by fire, how are you guys going to stay warm?
Blankets, furs, and I start to unpack my bag, which traveling with Ensign, I imagine I have furs and thick blankets. He knows how to live in the cold.
Not totally unconscious in that context. So like sit up, as I mentioned, Ensign wears a bunch of furs like from his waist down. He takes them all off and there you go, more.
It
Okay.
won't be as warm as a fire, but one night of a bit of chill for more safety, I think, is worth it.
Well, not as cold as fire, share.
Well, let's see how cold it's gonna get tonight, guys. Yeah, it's gonna get super cold.
Ugh.
Well, like
I rolled an
minus 40?
87 on my D100 for my weather roll, which means you're hitting like minus. I don't even know what minus 20 Celsius in U.S. measurements
fucking,
is.
That's cold. That's really fucking cold.
That's cold.
I'm saying minus 20 Celsius, but
Yeah.
Here's what you get to know. Here's a fact for everybody for the day. Minus 40 Celsius and minus 40 Fahrenheit are the same temperature.
well, it's not that. It's half that.
But
So-
in reference, there's your reference point. Move it accordingly.
How much is the
Min-
minus? Is minus 80,
one
you
sec.
said?
minus 20
minus 40.
Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Minus-
I will
Minus
get you
20
Oh yeah, minus 20. So
is what we're at.
It's
Like minus
still,
It's
32.
negative 4 Fahrenheit.
Negative
not
4.
the
It's not
worst.
bad.
No, at
Yeah.
negative
That's not the worst.
40, it's the same.
Yeah, negative 40 is the same.
that's
which is
pretty big.
ridiculous.
That's pretty.
Everyone
big
sleep
difference.
close.
I guess I'll just keep an eye open.
Luckily, when you know it's this cold, the chances of snow are slim to none.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means there's no cloud cover keeping the heat in.
Yep,
Yeah.
you are correct. We are from the Great White North. We know this.
And they need in my area, I guess, to be that cold, and it's like, oh yeah, there shouldn't be any issues, and then there are issues.
Oh man, cold weather fucks with everything.
It's
Yeah.
Alright, my weather's been fucking nuts, no matter what. Like,
So,
Before we continue, Asylum, what is your hard cut time for the evening?
it's probably going to be heavy right now because I have a fever and it's just been going up and up.
Oh,
So
No worries.
I do need to get going.
Okay, so I had set this up as I was hoping that I had about 15 more minutes.
me.
I mean, you guys
Case?
can continue on without me. It's
Yeah, but I have to set. I'm trying to set it up. So, Keith, with you having done all your running, you get super tired, and as you slip into bed, quote unquote, you start seeing. You start having visions of a pure white, enormous dragon.
Oh shit.
The dragon reaches out to you. You hear its voice in Draconic say, "Ah, the heroes have come. The ones we've been waiting for." And you can go ahead and
2001 Space Odyssey music. Bum, bum, bum.
bum, 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 bum.
And you can go ahead and head out for the night. Give me a second to put my phone in here so it doesn't muck the cameras up. We'll actually take our break a little early tonight so that we can do all of this off the cameras. All right, guys. We'll see you in.
All right.
We'll see you at the top of the hour. Oh boy. Great. Yep. I should definitely check to make sure I'm muted before I act like a freaking complete and utter child when it comes to my dog.
You should hear me talk to
Would've been-
Lucy sometimes when I get home, though. You'd be like, come in there, be like, yeah, Lucy Goosey. Lucy Goosey is the Lucy. So, yeah, you're
She go
fine. We all do it.
All right.
See,
I mean,
that's a
I-
green flag if I've ever heard one about people if you talk to your animals like that.
You weird talk your pets all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we are back. Unfortunately, yes, Asylum had to skip out for the evening. He's not. He's been feeling a little bit under the weather the last couple of weeks, and he had asked if he could step out early. So, yeah, hopefully you get better, Asylum, if you are still watching.
We love you.
We love you. We miss you already. Can't wait to talk more about what you witnessed just before you left there. So, with that being said, everybody else, you watch as, Ensign is kind of sleeping away, and Keith, exhausted, just kind of passes out unexpectedly. Doesn't say goodnight or anything. Very out of the ordinary for him. He was super tired. What do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening?
Well, I think we should set up watches. The last time we all went to sleep out on the road, some strange invisible force left quite a bit of footprints, and then a dragon flew over our heads. So, watches.
I will remind Ensign did say he'd take last shift, so someone just
remember.
needs to wake him up.
I remember.
And we're not starting a
can-
fire, you said?
Yeah, no.
No.
Even though it's gonna hit like a lot of cold?
At that point, is a fire really going to make a huge amount of difference unless we're sitting super close to it? I mean, and even then, it's like mild ambient warmth.
Did you guys replace the tent you guys destroyed last time? Do you guys still have that in your backpacks?
That wasn't our tent.
That wasn't our tent.
Oh,
Those
that's
are the wrong
right.
people.
That is right. That is right. You guys did not have tents.
So we all sleep very close together. I'll volunteer to take first watch, I suppose.
Okay.
What are we doing about Leosin? We're sitting there like and he's already passed back out. He's so tired, but you can just see him. He's
I go over and like push him super close against Ensign. Someone on his other side, please.
all right. So Vess is taking first watch. Ensign is taking last watch. Who is going to go in the middle? Who is going to go after Vesperia? I guess I should ask.
Cade will.
Balzana would love to volunteer, but she's got about as good as perception as Case.
You know, Cade also has shit perception, but she's not going to tell anyone that.
All right. Anything you guys wanted to talk about before you headed off to bed?
I'm already out.
No?
I think not until I wake Kate up, but
Okay. So everybody
Private.
is going to start taking the rests. So, Vesperia, I'll get a perception check from you, please. You can hear the wind. As you're taking your watch, you hear the wind kind of howling down over the mountains, bringing a cold chill across the party. You hear there's nothing, like, animal-wise, nothing going on in the forest while you're taking your watch. But what is your perception roll?
24.
24. Over the howl of the wind go rustling through the trees and the silence, other than maybe if anybody is snoring, you do hear footsteps quite a ways away. What you think are footsteps.
Cool. I
They're
think
coming from
before.
the south.
Okay. I think before that happened, right after everyone went to sleep, Vess took off the one long glove that's been absolutely ravaged by fire, and then thought about it for a minute and looked down at her one uncovered hand with black going down her arm and her covered right hand, and eventually slides that glove off so that she has two matching bare hands, both of which are black, kind of approaching the forearm up to the forearm now, and tucks that glove away. And then hearing footsteps, I stand up and don't get too
24.
far
You would,
away.
with the 24, you would also know that it's only one set of footsteps that you hear.
Gonna tell anybody?
Everybody's sleeping.
I'm not going to get too far away from the group. Just get a little closer and see if I can see them. Like if they're within my line of sight, even in the dark. Or if they're still too far away.
What is your passive perception again? 21?
21.
Good movie.
Line of sight to them. Yeah, unfortunately, at this current moment, you're not sure what you see or if you can see anything. You do hear the footsteps. They are quite a distance away from you, but they do seem to be moving closer to you slowly, but you're not able to see what is coming.
Okay.
You didn't
then
light
I'll
a
go back and
fire.
wake. Yeah. I'll go back and wake Kate up early, I suppose. I'm sorry, it's not quite your turn yet, but someone approaches. I thought it best not to go off on my own without saying a word.
Are you whispering, talking in a normal voice?
I'm whispering.
Okay.
Would it not be better to just lie low? Pretend that we're not here.
I'd be happy to do so. Just a clarification, I don't think we would have set up right on a road. Are we off the road?
We're not on a road. It was just, I
Okay.
don't have a map for a snow-covered, barren waste of land.
Okay. Right. Then we wait.
If there's something coming, there's little we can do about it.
Shall we wake the others or let them sleep until we know there's danger?
I would say let them sleep until we know what approaches. As I'm sure you have probably noticed.
Yeah, so one thing you would have
Alandris
noticed... Oh,
is not with us. For we know, it could be.
I'd prefer it to be a great many other things before it is him. But yes,
Thinking
you're
of great
right.
many things. That I would prefer a lot less than Alandris, though. I understand that you have a history, but in this scenario, Alandris showing up is probably our best case scenario.
I know you're right.
Jessa, roll me a perception check, please.
Who's
Emma.
there?
Sorry, Kadrine.
Oh my gosh, it's fucking freezing in this forest.
Yeah, it's not
Alright.
as bad as Edmonton. I'm fine.
A
You guys-
perception check.
You guys did do a half-decent job of trying to keep yourselves warm, so I'm not going to make you roll a disadvantage because of how cold it is.
Okay, that's not too bad. I do have a +1 to perception, a 17.
So you also hear a set of footprints, and at the same time, both you and Vess also hear softer, padded, sounds a little bit different. It almost sounds like 4 feet instead of 2. Where the first steps were more hard and crunch, from a bigger creature. This one is more soft-footed and it's 4 footprints. If like a 4 footsteps, you can hear a little bit faster, but sounds more like a 4-legged creature.
I don't think, or I'm pretty intelligent, but I don't think that a guard drake would be softer than the footsteps I hear. Or would I just not know?
And you would hear these southeast of you. Where the other footprints you hear, like the harder footprints you hear are coming from the south, and these four, the four-legged creature sounds like it's coming from the southeast. All of these footprints are probably, like all of the sounds of the footsteps that you guys hear are now about 50 feet away from your passive perception vest.
We're about 50 feet away and closing.
Right.
A few moments go
Let's wake the
by.
others.
A few moments go by, and you hear the harder footsteps kind of get a little bit slower, but you can definitely hear the crunch of this hard-packed frozen snow. Crunch. They're about 20 feet away. You guys are in the dark, so you can't really... You can, I know that some of you have dark vision, so you can kind of make out shadows, and you see a shadow of a looming 7 foot 3 inch tall, 7.5 foot tall, roughly, figure with a massive longbow. Draw a string, and you see it pointing towards the southeastern direction where, Cade, you heard the footsteps of the four-legged creature.
At this point, I lean over and wake Ensign up. That's my go-to usually. Shh. We're not alone.
That is
There's
my action. The second she says that we're not alone, I would like to just put health sight out. 60 feet. So
Nothing is magically cloaked. But
regardless if it's magically cloaked, I still know where people are at the same time.
Yeah, so you see about 20 feet away from you, a big looming, almost to you would kind of recall, like you would feel like it's a half giant almost.
Okay.
Like just the size of him. And he's got a massive longbow in his hands, and you can see it pointing southeast. So basically, like you guys are kind of like where you guys are, and then if you were to look directly south, you would see him 20 feet away, and then about 40 feet away from him in a line, you would see what looks to be a deer. And the longbow is trained on the deer.
Okay. Obviously with health side I get my awareness, so I get the spatial awareness. I'll just hold. It might not be harmful.
What's the plan?
Shh.
You all hear the drawstring of a bow let go, and you hear the arrow whistle through the air and thud right into the side of something, and you hear it go, and then you hear a thud on the ground.
That's the plan. I'll set up at this point.
You guys then see a torch light up.
Nice.
And you see... give me a second while I put him closer to you. You see a 7'4" Goliath standing relatively near you. He hasn't seen you guys yet, as he is now making his way towards his kill.
I'm not gonna bother him. I'm just gonna watch.
He's cloaked in furs over his shoulders, has an eye patch over his left eye. He slings his bow back over as he makes his way over to the deer. And he kneels down, as you guys are watching, he kneels down towards the deer and he kind of picks it up over his shoulders. He turns to you around, and he turns and he spots you guys. And he slowly starts to make his way over to you.
I was hoping he would just miss us. I'll stand up at this point. Is this something we can help you with?
Oh, I didn't know you. Was anybody else in the woods? Just hunting.
I
Or
can
my-
understand that, but at the same time, we also don't have a fire to keep ourselves hidden.
You wouldn't happen to be those damned dragon worshipping fuckers, would you?
Oh no! That's who we're actually running from. We picked up. I'll like look down. Is Leosin awake or not?
No.
So no
He's
one woke up
sleeping.
Leosin or Valzana. I don't think.
Nope. Or try to wake
Yeah.
up Keith.
I'll look down at Leosin. We picked this one up from the dragons, ran them out, so they're kind of looking for us at the same time. No fire, hiding out. Sorry that we startled you, but it was a good shot.
Thank you. I have a way with the animals of the land. Mom, can I please ask why you are so close to the mountains? Wouldn't you have wanted to run to Greenest?
You're obviously not aware of what's recently happened, then.
I don't know.
Well, the dragon cultist fuckers, as you refer to them as, recently set an assault on Greenest. Took a large portion of the city down, a fair amount of casualties, a lot of injuries. We managed to subvert and stop what we had the ability to, but they still came out in force, but they took a lot from Greenest, and we'd rather take the long way back and not trouble them much further.
Gods be damned, I was hoping that they would have just kept going. I also...
This is obviously something that was in plans. We found notes, we found letters back and forth. This is something that had been on the books for a long time. And I would like to know why.
As would I. Because it's not just Greenest they've attacked. They decimated my entire clan as well. I'm the last one left.
Where was that? And I'll stand up and come up next to Ensign.
I live about halfway up the slopes. There was a clan of probably 300 of us. They came in the night and decimated us. I was out on my nightly hunting trip, communing with my natural spirits. And when I came back, the clan was completely engulfed in flame. My friends, my family, all gone.
Sorry for the loss that you suffered, friend, but that also would make some amount of sense. The letters and notes that we've got stated that they would be coming down from the mountains. I'm sorry that your clan got in the way of that.
We were peaceful. We never, ever wanted to hurt anybody. I don't know why they even stopped. Do you have any insight as to why they are attacking what they are attacking?
As far as I can remember, they talked about a horde. Money. Whatever it could be.
Dragons. You just hear
Yes.
Cade say from the place where she shivers on the ground.
What did you say?
Dragons.
Dragons. And I got a fucking problem with some dragons if I want to be real with it, but they came into Greenest and they just decimated, took people, killed people without regard. And this was the place that I used to call home.
And you
Just as-
weren't you were just able to rescue the one prisoner?
It was the only one that was on our books at the time. We're not strong enough to take on an entire camp of them. That would be suicide.
Well, of course. Was there any like me there?
We didn't get close enough, unfortunately.
Not on the outside. They kept him on the outside, but there was something coming out of that tunnel.
Oh, dragon hatchery.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me?
You do not know of the dragon hatchery?
We know very little.
Little preoccupied.
Well, that is a hatchery of black dragons. Or at least that is the legend.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
How does it keep getting worse?
It always keeps getting fucking. I'm gonna stand up and like, well, not stand up. I'm standing up. I'm gonna walk like 5 feet away for a second. Just be like, oh my fucking god. So it's
I'm gonna nudge Valzana.
Oh, Valzana,
Yeah.
if you had noticed about the time that he said the dragon hatchery, Valzana has been slowly stirring because I'd imagine nobody was whispering. And that's about when she became coherent with.
That's
"Oh, you
about
mean
a trigger
dragon?"
word.
Dragon hatchery. Ah!
Dragon
Yeah,
hatchery.
she's
That's the eyeball. Like ding. Like somebody said what?
And she's just like, I was kind of hoping the voices were just in my dreams. But okay.
No dreams, Balzana. Somebody said dragon hatchery. I'll like turn back to the Goliath. Can I get a name, please?
Oh, yes, I'm Keo Gan.
I'll stick my hand out. Ensign Frederick Vespara.
Just
You
under
will-
her breath. Oh, he's given a full name.
Well, if we're on the formalities of full names, I am Keo Gan, Oathkeeper of Garden Leiden.
Hey,
Hello.
new faces. New face.
That sounds important.
I am. Alright, well, I guess I should tell you that I am also the leader of the clan that was decimated.
Hi.
Must have been a hard thing to come back to.
Yes. Very much so. My wife was taken. That's why I was hoping that maybe you had seen her.
Be able to sleep through the night? I'll go back and pull her out of that fucking cave.
I
Wait,
would.
what? Why do we know that?
Oh, if you're
Why do we
talking
think
about
that she's in a
prisoners,
dragon hatchery?
Me and Cade saw some, but they were not in the cave. They were on the outside tent. And I don't necessarily remember seeing a giant lady.
You give me a night to sleep and I'll go back and kill every single one of those fuckers.
I would like to be there when we put a nail in their coffin.
More hands makes easier work.
So we are going back? I didn't want to mention it because I know how you guys feel about, people. But we are going back?
I don't give a fuck about people, but you don't take somebody's family. You don't take someone's wife. You don't take somebody's children. You don't take people that cannot protect themselves against an army.
I hate to be the bearer of ill tidings, but we are quite outnumbered if we go back to this camp. There will be no quick descent into it, no secretive infiltration.
Well, then we play the long game.
Which is what?
Bloody.
I hate to be a broken record, but if we do end up going back, and this time we're going to see if someone's there, I can again try to scout it out like I had previously talked about.
That'd probably be a better idea in context, but you can't let these people walk away.
I meant to sketch out and come up with a plan, and I'm not talking about just leave. I'm talking about we don't know what's in the cave or what's in the tent.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Alzana. Turn it to something small. Scout the cave. Figure out how many, how much, and where. Then we make a plan to kill them all.
Truly don't have any concept of what sort of killing them all you're talking about.
Certain things in this world, Cade, are meant to not exist. There are bad
I'm
people
not
and
arguing
bad places.
over the fact that they should die. I'm simply asking, how in the nine hells you think that this number of people is going to exterminate an entire camp? Because we are not. We simply are not.
Probably
Heroes.
sitting in a
We're not
barrel.
heroes.
No,
no.
they've put themselves in an inopportune position. If it's a hatchery, then we only saw one way in and one way out. That means that the foundation is destructible. You can do a lot of damage with some pinpoint attacks on some foundational structure of a cave. Happened a lot of times in the mines in Fireshare. One thing goes wrong, whole tunnels go down. One thing goes wrong, whole eggs of dragons get crushed. We just pull out those who need to come out in time. Quick,
It's at this
easy.
point that you guys see Leosin kind of stir for the 1st time. And he blearily opens his eyes, looking up at you all. Where am I?
Underway. Hi. Welcome to the land of the living.
Jokes. Funny. But you did not answer my question. Where am I?
You're in the middle of the woods. We just finished dragging you out of a camp of cultist bastards that were evidently, possibly torturing, starving, and cutting you. I don't know if it's the same.
Did you not stop to think that I wanted to be there?
We were told to come get you by some people who were evidently supposed to be watching you. Willie dude, weird, I don't know, dick butt, whatever his name is.
Laundress.
Yeah, he told us to come get you.
God be damned, that fucking guy just will not leave me alone. I told him.
Seconded.
I mean, Dicknuts isn't even fucking here right now, so what'd he do?
He stayed behind, didn't he?
He was charged as my guard to lead me to Greenest so that I could get some more information about the cultists of the dragon.
I mean, we probably got some information. Just killed a fuck ton of them.
Look, you may have killed a fuck ton of them, but there are a fuck ton more.
And I'd like to kill a fuck ton more, so let's get talking.
Yes, well, if I was still there, I could get more information. But
Well,
you guys
we're-
had
You
to
were
pull
still
me
there.
out.
You were days, seconds, moments away from death.
No,
Think of
I
it
had,
as a
big boy
reprieve.
pants on and take a rest. We're going back.
I had a plan,
Which
and
one?
you all fucked it up.
Okay, fine.
Now,
Be our guest. Walk back.
no, that's not going to happen. I can barely just this.
What do you want?
What's your plan? Continue to be tortured and
You
die
got a plan,
before
but you're
you
gonna bitch
get
about
the-
it, but you can't do anything about it. So what the fuck
No.
are you gonna do?
The
Bitch and
plan.
complain and do nothing?
You want the plan. You want the plan.
Give me the fucking plan, Leosin.
The plan is we were supposed to follow them. My monks were under strict orders to watch and monitor everything that was going on in that camp while I was there. Do you not think that there was at least 50 monks around that frickin' cavern waiting to see if they were going to try and kill me?
And then
no,
if we pulled you
because
out,
when
where
a
are
giant
they now?
spider popped up, they didn't do anything. A giant spider popped up and they didn't do nothing. I would assume they would have at least gone, what is that?
No, they clearly knew that this was an escape attempt and thought that this was what I had planned. They are doing their jobs, clearly watching and monitoring the raiders at this camp.
Oh, then you're shitty at explaining things to them.
They did not know to what extent the plan was. I was just gone. And then when they found out that I was gone, they were to march and follow the raiders to get as much information as they could as to their travel plans, their tactics, and where they were going next.
Okay.
I hope that by you removing me from this situation, they have not realized that maybe they are supposed to do something else now.
Well, whose fault is that? Yours. You didn't tell your guard, who would obviously be concerned if you were to disappear. You didn't tell your monks not make sure nobody was coming over here. And then you were passed out half dying.
So, you clearly don't know Alandris. You clearly don't know that man will do everything he can to keep people protected.
Stop it.
I do this slow turn towards Bess.
Stop it. What happened, happened. For good or for worse, it happened. What will help now is any information you have, you give to us. And any we have, we give to you. And we work together to either see you reinstalled to be tortured to death, or a new plan is formed. We cannot go back and change what has happened. Alandris is Alandris. He hired us for a job, and we did it.
Hence why I didn't tell Alandris where I was going, because I knew he would do this.
He will find you no matter where you're going. Trust me. I don't know why we're quabbling about it now.
Fuck dick nuts. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Because I had it all under control.
It doesn't matter. It already happened. We move forward from this point. We stop the quabbling. We all have similar interests and wishes. Why fight about it when there are hundreds that we would rather be fighting?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been 2 days of pure hell for me. Now, by the way, while this is all happening, Keo has gone to skinning his deer and prepping it. He's also building a campfire. Just saying.
He's like, these people are aggro. I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
Gonna build a fire.
You. And I point to him. No fires. We don't know how close they are if they continued following us. It's not safe.
I'm making food.
No
You
fires.
guys all look. That man looks very hungry.
I pull a ration, 2 rations out of my pack and toss one to Leosin and one to the other guy. This
No,
is the food
I'm-
we have for tonight.
Trust me, a fire will be fine. You will not be seen.
Here he has been living out here.
I
For
can
some
promise you, I have nature spirits all over the woods that tell me whenever there is a problem. And currently, there is nothing else in this woods except for us.
Okay, fuck it. I'm going back to bed then. Wake me up from my fucking shift. I was fucking.
Leosin looks at all of you and says, all right, what would you like? What would you like to know? If we are clearly in line, what would you like to know?
I think we would like to sleep first. You're ravaged by whatever they've done to you. The rest of us are rather tapped out, exhausted. Several of us have had some close calls.
Do any of you have water?
I'll reach in my pack and pull out a water skin.
I will say that yes, I was not expecting the torture. I was expecting a proper infiltration, but that blue half-dragon spotted me, realized I was not his, one of his men, and captured me.
Whoa. What? We have a common enemy. Me and you need to talk.
Go back
sure-
to sleep.
I'm sure we all have. I'm sure we all have common enemies. That is why
No, but
we are
this
all
one I
here.
want to
Clearly,
kick right and square in the fucking nose. And I'll lay back down.
yes. Anyways, they tortured me. They kept me without water and food, thinking that I would break. It did not work. I was this close to determining their next plan of attack. But now, I do not know if we are any further or closer to knowing anything. So I'm sorry that I was so rude at the beginning. But yes, I will give you all of your information that you need in the morning. But
In the morning.
for now, know that I will require your assistance going forward for screwing up the plan.
And you have it. Best you sleep now.
And he will take a drink of the water, finish off the ration, take another drink of water, and...
What are we doing about heat?
Well, apparently this one is making a fire, but furs, blankets, and body heat.
Got it.
Leosin doesn't know where to go, who to sleep beside, so he's just gonna go and slowly get up and walk over towards the fire that this Goliath is building, and sit down next to it, form some snow into like a kind of pillow, put a cloak over it, and start to fall asleep.
I'm sorry for waking all of you. It's still my shift. Cade, feel free to go back to sleep until your turn.
I'll do that. But, she'll look between Ensign and Balzana. I'm not much of a cuddler, so I might just go by the fire as well. And, not really, she doesn't really do what Leosin did. She just sort of makes this sort of indent in some snow and like lays in that, putting the not super warm blankets that she probably has over her because she is not from the north, technically.
All right. So we have Leosin and Cade by the fire, Darren or Ensign, who's just passed out wherever he was. Kaith is zonked right out, which is quite
I keep
odd.
an eye on that. Yeah,
Which
I
is
keep an eye
quite
on that.
odd because he doesn't sleep.
I was going to I was just letting you guys kind of do this the whole entire time. You guys were kind of like trying to console him. She kind of got frustrated and went over to Kate to figure out why he wasn't moving, and she's kind of just been holding his head, like tilting it from side to side, trying to figure out why he's still asleep.
He's still
Comforting.
asleep, but his eyes are wide open.
Yeah, that's what she's like. I think Kate is dead.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because he doesn't breathe either. So
That's what she's like. I think he froze. I think Kate froze.
well, because he's also dead and doesn't really have a heartbeat, you wouldn't know because he's got no circulation to regulate body heat. So yeah, he feels very frozen to you.
Like I think whatever Kate is doesn't like cold.
Can I, as somebody who deals with death and undeath and afterlife stuff, make some sort of check
I mean, yeah, if you want to roll a medicine check to see if he's dead. Yes.
Sure, I'll comfort Valzana. A lot. 19 plus, what's my medicine? 3. 22.
So you start like going over the body. I mean, you do the normal things and then realize, what the hell am I doing? Like, you check for a pulse, you check the, you put your hand over his mouth, and you're like, wait a second, this is Kate that we're
Obviously,
talking
none
about.
of this.
So you start like bending elbows, and you realize he's been sleeping for probably about an hour and a half. Rigor mortis should have set in by now, and he's limber, he's able to move. But you have a sense that, yeah, he's still alive, but something has zonked him right the fuck out. He is sleeping for the first time since you've met him,
Okay.
for all intents and purposes.
He's exhausted. Alive. But he knows nothing about himself. Why would we know anything more? Perhaps he just has to sleep every few months, and this is the day.
Like I said before, maybe he just got too cold and went into hibernation. That's what I'm going to go with.
Good night, Valzana.
Good night. Good night.
And I'll finish off my watch.
So you guys are all going back to bed. But Vess, why am I calling you guys by your real names? Wow. Vess takes the next hour on her watch. Nothing else happens. And you're going to wake up Kadrine. So you can go ahead and
Yeah.
do that.
I go over and wake up Cade. This time it's really your watch. Nothing to worry about.
You guys would notice as you're waking Cade up that Kyo has been sitting around the fire, roasting up some of the deer that he had killed. Very much so awake.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just sit up. Assume my watch with my very perceptive eyes.
Sitting by the fire, you can smell the deer, and you can watch. You're watching as Kyo kind of sprinkles some seasonings from a pouch over it, and it smells really good.
Yes, my stomach definitely growls at that. I'll just look at Q and I'll just say, when do you sleep? Or is it sort of like opposite for you?
Oh,
Awake at night.
no, I mean, it's only.
And you look up at the one moon, look up at the other.
I want to say it's around 10 o'clock in the evening, but this new moon, it's really messing with my time-telling skills. I'll sleep in a couple of hours. I just need to cook the food and eat some food, and I'll be good for a rest.
I was just wondering. Suppose I can't proper tell what time it is either.
Yes, the moon. Reflecting off of the moon is quite peculiar.
I've never
But,
seen anything like it.
It's ominous. It's
I
like it's
noticed the
trying-
two suns.
Yes. Quite difficult to see around the highest peak of the day.
I wondered if it means that a new world is rising alongside our own.
I would not doubt that. It's quite clear that, well, let's give you a timeline. The clan was murdered the night the sun showed. The night before the sun showed. I woke up to it with two suns in the sky, so I don't disagree with your ideology.
There are so many things I just don't have answers for. And the Nine House knows I've been searching for cursed answers
Have you ever
for half
heard?
my life.
You've been searching for answers for what?
Too many things. Up until recently, it was just answers about what happened in my past. But now, there are answers that need to be had about the present and about the future.
Well, maybe if you believe in fate, maybe it is that you are fated to be here at this exact time, at this exact place, when the new moon, or new sun as you could call it, rose. Maybe your answers are there.
Fate or misfortune. Either of those. I did not find myself here under good circumstances. But
Well, I mean, it sounds like most of us are not here under good circumstances.
no. But my circumstances weren't good before the two suns rose either.
Have you ever heard of the legend of Bahamut?
I cannot say I have.
It is said that when the darkest of days and the brightest of nights were to pass, that Bahamut would once again show his face in this world. To choose his heroes, to choose his army, to rise against the one that he calls his sister, Tiamat.
Is it your belief that it is the sister, Tiamat, that is rising?
It is the only guess I can have. These cultists carry the mask of 5 dragon heads.
I had seen. And I do know this cult to be highly motivated to bring about, I don't know, a return of dragons. Something of that nature.
If they
We
return,
questioned some of them.
you questioned some of them. What did you get?
They are gathering things. Things to bring a horde. Perhaps an offering. I admit I do not know much about dragon lore.
Well, know this. Tiamat disappeared thousands of years ago, as did Bahamut on the very same day. It was fated or prophesized, as some call it, that the day the Tiamat rose, Bahamut would show his face to the mortal realm. That it would be a war against good and evil that would finally purge this world of all that is rotten to its core, or to take the souls of those who were good and righteous to a new world. The land of the lost elves. And I think that this moon, or sun, or whatever you would call it, is exactly that. The pointing to the new world. And if you can see it, maybe you are destined to be there one day.
I cannot disprove your theory. But that is a lot. I really never set out to have much at all to do with something like this, but perhaps it is, as you said, fate.
Maybe. Now, I don't mind taking the rest of your watch for you. You would like to get some more sleep.
Oh, as
Or we
tempting as the
can-
offer is, did you see the one that was taking watch before me? She's a little bit scary, and I think she might make me a kebab if I were to vacate my watch in favor of a stranger, as nice as the stranger might be.
Well, I won't tell if you don't.
That is a good point. But it is all right. I can keep my watch.
All right. Well, I am going to take a travel around our little campsite here. You are more than welcome to help yourself to some of the mutton that I have cooked and prepared. It has been nice chatting. I have not seen anybody or talked to anybody in quite a few days, so thank you for enlightening an old man.
That was the wrong word to use. I think you know what I meant, though. Entertaining, not enlightening. Oh boy.
Yes.
Entertaining an old man.
It was a pleasure to speak with you as well. And I'll just give a nod as I assume he gets up to take his little tour around his forest.
And tour around
Um,
his forest he does. The rest of your watch goes uneventfully, and you can go ahead and wake up Valzana now.
Yeah,
Right.
and Valzana's eventually gonna be woken up anyway.
Oh yeah, because Valzana is an elf.
Yeah, so after about the
Right.
one,
It's been about
total, it
4
has been
hours,
4
so-
hours. Valzana's
Yeah,
already
'cause-
waking up.
Two for Vess, which brought us to 10. 2 for Cade, which brought us to 12. So it's been about 4 hours since you guys all finally went to sleep. So, or tranced in your case.
Valzana's already starting to wake up.
Noticing that Valzana is awake, I'll just walk over and whisper, you know, not to be rude or anything, but I haven't grown up around a lot of elves, but you look, I suppose I'm just confused because it's not your watch. But if you're going to be awake anyway, we might as well let. And nod to Ensign, probably snoring. It might be better to let him sleep.
Sure, I can try taking one.
And my watch was uneventful. So, hopefully it will stay that way.
I just never volunteer for that kind of stuff. As my brother once said, that I'm about as attentive as a squirrel in a bucket of nuts. But
That isn't what my father said about me. But I think it all equates to the same thing. It's all right. We don't have to tell this. That we are easily distracted.
I'm all for not telling Big Sister that.
Did you just call her
well,
Big Sister Bess?
She sure did.
Yeah, Cade will just nod and make her way back over to the little snow indent she made for herself and try and curl up to fall back asleep.
All right. Lozana, I'll get a perception check from you, please.
Actually, I had a question about that because I don't think Balsama's as unattentive as she thinks she is. If I have a proficiency bonus in perception things, does that mean I add my proficiency bonus and the
Yep. So it typically will do that if you're proficient in the perception skill. The if you're using D&D Beyond's character sheet, it will tell you what it is total in the ability skills section of where it says acrobatics. So that bonus is with the proficiency already.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you rolled like an 18 and you see a +5 to your perception there, you would then be able to add that
Okay.
because it just
So
gives
I
you
gotta-
the total.
It's funny that you said 18 because that's exactly what I rolled. It's +2, so I got a dirty 20.
Nice. So for the course of 2 hours, every once in a while, you see, but don't hear, these bears kind of circling around the fire. There's 3 of them. They are greenish in color. They look solid, but you take a closer look and you can see that they're kind of like a wisp. But they're circling around, and they're staying exactly 30 feet around the fire in a radius. Perfectly. Doing perfect 30-foot radius circles around the campfire.
I cannot fully and completely say that she will not try and get up and talk to one of these bears.
You can go
That
ahead and
tracks.
try.
That tracks.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you want to do it, it's totally inside your character's play style to try and talk to this spirit-looking bear.
A bear. So yeah, this will eventually at some point get up and go, hi. To this bear with the speak to animals thing.
The
Totally not
bear
expecting it to answer
will
back.
straight up look at you. Yes.
Oh, honey, what are you doing?
Master Kyo has asked us to keep a circle around the campfire and make sure that you are all safe.
Oh, thank you. You guys are doing a great job.
You're welcome.
And I was just going to point out, she's probably going to be cooing to this thing like the dog.
If there's nothing else that you would like to ask me, I would like to continue my circle.
Yeah, go be a good boy. Continue your circle.
And the bear will trot off.
Go back.
Yeah, for the remainder of your watch, you just see the bears circling. They never stop. Unless you stop another one, they are just continuously making circles around. About 15 minutes before the end of your watch, you do see Kyo come back. He kind of looks at you, doesn't say much, and then kind of sits back down by the fire.
Hey, welcome back.
Yes. Thank you. Who are you? I don't think I was introduced.
Oh, I'm Balzana.
Lozana, it's nice to meet you. I am Kyo Gan. Most people call me Kyo.
Yo.
You said earlier that you weren't sure if you had seen someone like me at the camp.
Yeah, when I was rescuing Ungrateful Butt over there, I happened to see quite group of prisoners, people. They looked relatively like the people of Greenest. I don't remember seeing anybody your height. But I was a giant spider at the time, so I really don't. I don't know.
Well, so
Many-
you can not only talk with my animals, but you can become one as well. That is mighty cool. Mighty cool.
It's funny, I came from a place where druids are everywhere, but it seems like no one knows what I am here.
Well, I commune with nature quite often. I can also transform into a bear. Just a bear.
Oh, just a bit.
Just a bear. I was actually the one you were talking to.
Oh. Well, you were a cute fluffy buns.
Yes, thank you. Anyways, help yourself to the deer, if you'd like. I am going to retire for the evening. Don't worry, the bears will continue to circle. There just will only be 2 of them now.
Okay.
Have a great evening. We shall talk more in the morning.
And Keo will lay down his fur cloak on the snow, right about 5 feet away from the fire, and nestle down as if he's having no problems with the cold.
Valgona just kind of goes, wait, if he was a bear, he called himself Master Keo? She just goes, these people are weird. It just continues to go over there. She'd probably pick off the button. And before going and braiding Kate's hair for the rest of the shift.
You're braiding Kate's hair while she's sleeping?
Well, Kate is sleeping.
Oh, Kate is sleeping.
Yeah.
At least in Cade.
Cade. That was
I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, Kadrian, I need a perception check at disadvantage to see if you wake up to this, but never mind.
She's weird, but she's not that weird. No, she's going to the one that's supposed to be
Okay, I
dead.
gotta write that down for next week for Kaith. Kaith's got braided hair. All right. So you're taking
comforting
the
to her.
remaining 4 hours of watch. Is that how I'm understanding this?
Yeah.
All right. So we will fast track. So it was midnight. It's about 4 a.m. You guys went to bed quite early. I'd say it's about 5 a.m. The fire is starting to die down quite a bit, unless you have been feeding it over the course of the evening.
She probably would have started kind of still thinking that if Kate gets warm, he'll wake up.
Got it. Okay, so you've been slowly stoking and feeding the fire as you make your way through the night. Okay. At this point, we're at 5 a.m. Anybody that wants to wake up at this point can. If not, we can fast forward a little bit longer.
Yeah, Vest starts to wake up.
You just see Salzana messing with the fire once in a while and then going back to braiding Kate's hair as she's got his head like sitting on her lap as she's sitting on her knees.
When I
Vess, you
wake
would
up and I
also
watch
see.
this. Oh no, go ahead.
You would also see the 2 spirit-looking bears wandering around the campfire.
I watch all of this. A few circles of bears, a few rotations of Valzana, braiding hair and going to check the fire. You let him sleep? I thought it was Ensign's turn for watch.
Well, I was already awake.
Good. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. He's always tired and always missing stuff.
He works hard. Puts himself in danger for the people he protects. He deserves a break. And then I'll stand up and walk just a little bit off, still within the circle of bears, but and start to Pray.
Oh,
Okay.
and as she walks off, she had like briefly heard Balzana, just kind of, because she has such good perception, Balzana kind of went, yeah, you do like a weird one.
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
I mean, what's that?
This is very genuine.
Balzana's looking like a deer in headlights, like, huh? Oh,
No, I heard what you said. I tap my ears.
I was just saying, I thought this was kind of. Did I read the room wrong? Isn't that your boyfriend?
You defined the
Darren,
relationship
oh my
yet?
god, somebody clip this! Somebody clip it! Just the natural reaction of him pushing his mic away and... Sorry, I didn't mean to break roleplay, but oh my god.
How are you the third person to ask something similar?
Well, you guys have private conversations together very closely. You guys share your own little secret language. You guys shut me out of the room. When I brought food, you said, all right, thank you, and then you shut the door in my face so you could be alone with him. I just figured that was kind of like I need to, console my boyfriend thing because he did almost die. He did kind of die in front of me, kind of a thing. And you guys are like always next to each other. I'm honestly just thinking that you guys haven't started kissing as benefit for the group. But
And you protect each other very valiantly.
Oh god,
all the time. Also. Oh, too good!
Oh my god, this is great. Keep going.
Yeah, Cade has. She may not have good perception,
I'm
but she
sweating.
does have an ear for hot goss. So.
I'm actually sweating.
oh no.
Do you mean to tell me that you're not somewhat intimately entwined?
You guys also lived in the same house.
Yes, because we've traveled together. And I
Traveled together.
look over at Ensign. Is he asleep?
Yes.
And my voice drops very low, even with knowing that he's asleep. No. There's no intimate relationship between the two of us. And I doubt.
Inside that, even though my inside is shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's actually not shit. I mean, it's not good, but it's not a negative at the very least. Oh, +1 is an 18.
This is the truth.
Okay.
But there's more.
Oh, so you.
I doubt there will ever be anything between the two of us, no matter how much I would like there to be.
Is it because Ensign's an idiot?
No. I believe the fault lies with myself.
Okay, you like him? He likes you. I don't know if he's smart enough to figure that out yet, but
I don't. You may have clocked how I feel. Cade before I did, even. But I don't think that it's possible for someone to have feelings for something like me.
I think you're pretty. So I think so.
Attractiveness has little to do with the longevity and depth of a relationship.
Well, these guys have saved each other's lives, are willing to completely and utterly kill anything around you to protect each other. You guys are willing to sacrifice each other's lives for each other. I'm sorry, I just met you guys, but I'm pretty sure Ensign would, like, you know, out of all of us, he'd make sure that you stay alive. Like, that is, like, definition.
Oh, absolutely. Ensign wanted to throw us all into a boiling pot of water. Hell, he'd throw us off a cliff. He would do anything to us if it meant to keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
How does the act of someone who cares deeply for another? I can tell you I've never felt that way. About any person. Ever.
I felt that way about family, which is why
It's
I'm
at
like, you
this
guys
point
work
in
together.
time that Keo finally wakes up listening to you guys talk.
Why is this getting worse?
And Keo, from
Who's got the burn book, Virginia George?
from a long and happy relationship with my wife, I can tell you that she is not wrong. That I think you are blind to what is right in front of you, Vess. And that you should stop worrying about what you think of yourself and start thinking more about what everybody else thinks about you, because I think that your friends are think you are an amazing person. And yes, sacrifice for the one you love is very strong. I would do anything for my wife, my family, or my clan. You are no different.
Well, of course, I would do anything for him. He promised to protect me the first time I came to him. He takes his job seriously. I'm sure that's all.
For how perceptive you are, I can't truly believe that is all that it is.
I'm sorry, you are all the first people who have ever,
A
aside
stranger.
from Ensign, who have ever voluntarily been around me for any amount of time.
Is it that they are volunteering to be around you, or that they want to be? You need to ask yourself that question. Do you think that
all
people
I'm-
want to be around me when I am 7'5", a massive scar on my eye, and he will pull the patch away, and you see this gruesome, ugly-looking, to-the-bone scar that has taken his eye.
Wow.
Yet people still choose to be around me.
All I'm saying, I don't have, in 176 years, I have very little experience with people choosing me. Forgive
Sounds
me.
to me like Ensign has over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know how close Kyo is, but certainly
I'm 5 feet
Valzana.
away from the fire, so I don't know where you guys are.
I was sleeping with Ensign.
Sure, we know. Trust me, we know.
We all figured.
Just give us what we want, man. Come
we're
on. We
I
have been
think-
waiting for this for 12
I think
episodes.
you all see. I think you all see that I'm crying.
Oh.
I think that there's nothing else that I can say.
That really isn't what I had intended to do with this conversation. I'm just terribly, terribly nosy.
No, it's No, it's all right. I'm.
I hope those aren't bad cheers like I caused before.
Look, ladies, she's clearly uncomfortable with the interrogation. Maybe you should go and find us some breakfast.
I could do that.
Right.
I'm on a roll of making people cry. I'm gonna go. Also, I was gonna get on up.
I'm fine. It's not anything. I'm fine. It's fine.
I mean,
Were
you
those
could
happy tears or were they sad tears?
Oh god.
He wakes up now.
Why are you all making so much noise?
Just like really quick, like. Oh fuck.
because it's time to be awake. That's why.
Well, obviously it's time to be awake. It's two suns in the fucking sky, Kate.
Not yet. It's still dark.
No, it's still dark.
It's like 5:30
Those
in
are
the
moons.
morning.
Those are
On
moons.
November 13th.
Somewhere around
Okay,
there.
I think the eye is actually causing some damage because I keep seeing spots.
There are 2 moons.
I think
then I do
I'm
see.
like really like obviously like turned away, like trying to not be weird.
So,
But I'm
Sam,
being, like,
so Vess,
so
where,
weird.
Hold
Put
on,
yourself-
Hold on.
Vess, can you please put yourself on the map where you would like to be while you were trying to hide this?
Oh god! I mean, they caught me before I was even like. I'm like right next to him. I
Kate, never
stood
mind,
up
can't
to
help
go
you.
away and pray, and now
Can
I'm
I
just,
roll
like,
perception on this?
Yes, 100% you can.
18.
Well, Vess, that's on you. How much of this are you giving away?
I'm so bowled over and so emotionally compromised by this conversation, by 3 separate people, not including all of the times over the last 2 days, fully contradicting everything that I believed.
Okay.
I think that you see everything.
So I got the 18 on perception. I just rolled insight for shits and giggles. So it's a 19 plus 2.
You see
So
everything.
So you see, and you can, like, you've got a gut feeling that everything you heard while you were sleeping, out of character.
I didn't hear well,
You didn't
okay, I
hear
get
it, but you
Yeah.
you have a gut feeling that you know what just happened.
I'll turn to like Cade and Balzana. Look towards Bess. Towards Cade and Balzana. Back towards Bess. Back toward Cade and Balzana.
You're going to break your neck if you keep doing that.
Bess.
I didn't say anything.
Stand up.
I didn't say anything.
Turn. Literally, like, as she's bowled over, like, pick her up pretty much by the waist a little bit. Just walk her off like a good, like, 20 feet. Put her down. Spin around. Sit down in front of her. What were
What?
you talking about?
Nothing.
Bullshit.
Girl talk?
Do I look that fucking stupid?
It was
Oh,
girl
God.
talk until the other one joined in, and then it was everybody talking at Vesperia about all sorts of things.
Bess, I have never seen you cry like that before. What?
Do you enjoy being around me?
Well, yes, we've been together for almost 2 years.
Yes, because we traveled together. You call us travel companions nearly daily. When I came to you with piles of gold, begging you to take me with you, you promised to protect me.
I did. But you've never paid me anything. Never asked
tried
for
to.
anything. And I never wanted anything.
So it's more than that, then. Why you don't ask me to leave? Or don't leave me behind?
I wouldn't ask you to leave, even if it was important to my own safety.
They seem to believe that we share a certain sort of relationship.
What scenario exists where we don't?
What do you mean?
I've spent 2 years protecting you. Put my life on the line, lost it, returned it by you, and lost it again. I don't stick around just because it's something I'm supposed to do. It's something I want to do. I just felt with the way that you choose to talk about yourself and the way that you feel so cold about your own self-worth that you wouldn't realize that.
I didn't.
For somebody who's almost triple my age, you're not very insightful sometimes.
No, I'm not.
Then why have you stuck around then?
Because at first, because you understood more than anyone I think ever could. And then because you make me laugh and smile, and you make me so unbelievably frustrated, and I wouldn't give that up for anything. I spent a long time believing that I wasn't a living thing, and then you showed up in my life, and it was like learning to breathe for the first time since I drowned.
And you sit here and still say and think that this is a companionship just by travel standards. Look, I understand I may not be the brightest, I may not be the smartest, but I understand what I want. You just always seem to be so passive about yourself.
And if I weren't passive, what would you want?
This, and I'll kiss her.
I tense up for just a second, and then Kiss him back.
Now stop being stupid. And I'll go
That's
and get
my.
food.
What the fuck was that?
That was amazing. I was just about to be like, before you just
No,
update all
don't
you
be
see-
stupid, he says. What?
Let's say, and over
It's
that, all you
funny.
see is
It's her. That's what she usually says.
That's amazing.
And over the don't
Oh.
be stupid, you just see Valzana in the corner going, yes! Was watching, didn't hear a thing. But was...
Nate's
Usually
eyebrows have retreated into her hairline, basically.
Usually very gray, pale skin Vess is she looks alive. She's pink.
Oh.
You just see Keo.
I like
Literally
sit
just
next down to Keo and like
slow
grab
clapping.
some beer. Nom.
Oh.
I think I look back at Valzana and Cade like,
All right, now that that has happened, I feel like we might need to set some ground rules for public displays of affection.
Oh, come on, it's them. The most public display of affection rules is literally going to be him holding her hand.
I'm not sure. They were literally 20 feet away and they were like on each other's faces, so.
Oh, come on, it was our first kiss. It's good. It's that. I'd be surprised if she holds his hand for more than 5 minutes. At this moment, and I will be very happy.
All right, well, if it supersedes hand holding, I think we will have to have an additional conversation. But
I don't think we're really going to have enough alone
There is
time for that.
nothing wrong with showing a little bit of love.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I just don't necessarily want to hear it, see it, smell it.
That's all too real. All too real. Oh, that hits hard.
The one
Way
with the
too
good
deep.
nose.
it got really real, really fast.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
everybody. Yep. Let Kate finish.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to mention it. That's all.
So no romping in the tent. The tent is shaking. We walk away. Is that what you are saying?
If the bush is shaking, we don't go near the bush. Got it?
I don't even want, like I said, no sounds. I don't want to hear the bush shake. If we ever come upon an inn and they share a room, I'll get the one furthest from them. If that or buy some earplugs, I suppose.
Anyways, we should probably wake up your monk friend. He
was
sounded like he had
wondering-
some news to talk about.
Well, the main people who kind of listen in on that news are kind of currently flustered and, well, Ensign's just eating. So,
Ensign's like right next to you.
I know, that's what
He
she
came
was
over
like. That's what she was like, whatever is currently that. And then that's what she looked at Ensign and was like, well, he's just eating. I'm talking about that.
And with that, we are at 8:30, and we are going to call an end to session 12 of Tyranny of Dragons. You guys have all been fantastic. Thank you guys all for all of the chat messages, and thank you to Sam and Darren for finally giving us what we all have wanted for so many episodes.
What we all knew was inevitable.
I would say thanks to Valzana. I don't think anything would have happened if she didn't straight up ask if Ensign was her boyfriend.
Yeah, I thought it was common knowledge.
what's your relationship status?
The only reason that happened is I rolled a 21 on my insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to just quickly remind everybody in the chat, I had when I first started the campaign, let everybody know that relationships were 100% a-okay in my campaign. that the only thing I had asked was that they don't take away from the role play that was going on just to be mushy gushy, that they keep it PG-ish, and that I had no problems fading them to black if it got out of hand. So, yeah. Anyways, what is that?
Footrest.
Oh, footrest.
Footrest. Because I sit at my desk a lot.
I would like to thank all of our chatters yet again for all of the wonderful messages as we were all experiencing the wonderful role play between Ensign and Vess. I want to thank Kadrine for helping me get some lore out with the Bahamut thing, which you guys will learn more about very, very soon. Thanks to that and Keith. Keith has finally slept, so I want to thank Keith for at least trying to be here as long as he could. We do hearts and prayers and thoughts and all of that go out to him. Hopefully he starts to get on the up and up and starts to heal up and feels better. Because I mean, me and Darren were saying that we both know what it's like for what he's going through, as we both deal with similar side effects and all that stuff. So, Keith, if you are listening, feel better, buddy. We miss you. Can't wait to see you next time.
Feel better.
But until next time, friends, may your dice be as unlucky as our rolls. Bye for now.